Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Even though most of these females don't want to give y'all the credit y'all deserve. I don't hear nothing about no Happy Father's Day to the fathers, but not you deadbeats on Mother's Day. Or Happy Mother's Day to the mothers, but not you deadbeats on Mother's Day. You know, just because a person's in a person's presence or a person's life doesn't mean that they're actually a parent. And it doesn't, and I just feel like we don't worship, or we don't celebrate women who pick the right guy to have babies by on Father's Day. So why the fuck are we so why the fuck should we give credit to a woman who had babies by the wrong guy? This is just giving them an excuse to not hold themselves accountable for what they did wrong. They need to hold themselves accountable for what they did wrong. Granted, it takes two to make a baby, and a man's not innocent if he has a baby with a woman and he doesn't want to be in the woman's life or whatever. But there's no way that I'm going to worship women who pick the wrong guy on Father's Day when I don't even worship the women who pick the right guy to have babies with on Father's Day. Makes absolutely no sense. What it is a woman wanting to basically take credit for her fucking up. Basically. Like she deserves more credit than a female who actually picked the right person to have kids by. It just doesn't make any sense, man. And you men, what do y'all do? Oh yeah, happy Father's Day and Mother's Day to the strong mothers who raised the kids and play the mother and father role. You can't play both roles, man. You can't play both roles. You could have a strong ass woman, you know what I mean, who held it down without a man, but you can't tell me that one woman can make the same equivalence of a man and a woman in a kid's life. It's impossible. That'd be like me saying, you know what, I know your mom's a deadbeat, but I'm going to make up and be your mom and your dad. How? How? It doesn't matter how great of a man I am. Just imagine me wanting credit on Mother's Day because I picked the wrong mother to have kids with. Mother's Day is about mothers. No way around it. Why can't people just put their selfish? It just shows that their character, man. Why you got fathers, you got brothers, you got uncles. Some of y'all even got grown sons. Why can't that day be about them? Why has it got to be about you because you picked the wrong guy to have a kid with? And I know it's not all your fault. I know that it's a man's fault for getting you pregnant and not playing his part. I get it. But we don't give him credit. He don't get credit on Father's Day. So why should you? He don't get credit on Mother's Day. So why should you? Why do I got to keep making these videos, or why do men got to keep making these videos every year about this shit? Because some woman picked the wrong guy to have kids with. And she doesn't want to say, you know what, I fucked up. I should have picked a better person to have kids with. This day is about men, though. I'm not going to make it about me. Why is that so hard for them to do? Just doesn't make sense to me, man. All it looks like to me is a woman trying to not take accountability for what she did. You're saying that you deserve to be worshiped 2 days, and the woman who chose the right guy to have kids will only get to be worshiped 1 day. Just like when they say that I'm a woman, I hold it down on my own, worship me more than I'm doing it without a man. Worship me more than the woman who picked the right guy to have babies by. Because I deserve more, even though it's hard for the woman who has a man in her life. But for some reason, they want y'all to believe that the woman who don't have the man in her life, by default, that she's a better parent and it's harder for her to be a mother than a woman who has a man in her life. It's still hard. It's still hard. And nevertheless, at least give the woman the credit for choosing the right guy. And it's not all your fault because a man can switch up and all this other shit. But the big moral of the story is we need to start addressing men and women having kids by the wrong people. That's just something that needs to be addressed. And if you don't want to address it in your life, then that's the sword you're going to fall on. If you want to act like it doesn't matter and I'm the mother and the father, worship me, it's okay to pick the wrong men, I'm a strong woman, I raise kids on my own, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill in the story. You want to keep acting like it's not nothing to pick the wrong guy, and you can make up and be equivalent to the man in the kid's life, or as you as a man having the kids by the wrong woman, you think you can make up for that as a man instead of you picking the right woman for them to have a mother? Then you go ahead. You go ahead. But you're in a delusion, and it's very selfish. It's just selfish. And then when you point it out, they want to get in their feelings and mad and shit. Who are you? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you picked the wrong dude to have kids with. You wanted the bad boy. And you got what you wanted. You got exactly what you wanted. Why promote this you can be a mother and father bullshit so the younger women after you will say, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll pick the bad boy to have a baby with because I can be the mother and father, because all the other women say that it's possible. And all the other women get worshipped more than the woman who actually picked the right guy to have babies with. Makes no sense. I'm not saying that we should shame women who pick the wrong guys to have babies with, because it's not her fault. It's not all her fault. It's not all her fault. She had a kid by the wrong guy. And some are going to say, yeah, it is. She chose. Yeah, she did choose, but it's still a 50-50 situation. Still a 50-50 situation. However, you should take all the blame for any time you do something in life that doesn't turn out the way you want it. You got to take all the blame, because that's the only way you're going to never make that mistake again. I could point the finger at this person, X this, X that, but that ain't going to do nothing for me. That's not going to make my life better. Just simply not. If I have a baby by the wrong woman, I do not need to jump on Facebook and say, you know what, y'all got to worship me on Mother's Day because I got to raise these kids alone. I'm going to be the mother and the father. It's impossible. It's impossible, man. I cannot make up for what they would get in a real mother. If I pick the right mother, you're trying to tell me if I pick the right mother, I can be equivalent to that one person? How can one person be equivalent to two? How? Oh, because you take care of all the bills and you raise the kids on your own. But guess what? Those kids are still missing their father or their mother. Like I said, you can't make up for that. It's been proven time and time again. The single, strong black woman, I'm gonna pick the bad boy. You know, to have kids with. I know he's a bad boy, and I'm still gonna have kids with him because I can just raise them on my own. This is not a good thing, man. And y'all know it's not. So why do people keep doing it? Why do women, by the way, just keep having kids by the guys they know is bad? Why? I just don't get it. Men do it too. But nevertheless, I'm not gonna keep beating a dead horse. We know what time it is, man. We know what time it is. Shout out to the matter of fact, if we're gonna shout out these so-called women on Father's Day that picked the wrong guys, then we might as well just shout out the other women who picked the right guys too. Might as well give them credit too. Cause how you gonna give the women who done the wrong shit more credit than the women who done the right shit? See, this ain't about no bashing a woman, so you can't pull that card, because I'm clearly saying that the other women really deserve more recognition. Honestly, I ain't gonna even say they deserve more recognition, but the ones who did the wrong shit don't deserve more recognition than the women who did the right shit. That makes no sense. But that's what we're doing. She picked the right guy. She has help. I don't. I deserve more recognition as being a mother than the woman who picked the right guy. Ain't part of being a mother picking the right guy to have a baby by? Just wondering. Because to me, part of being a father is picking the right girl to have a baby by. That's the first part. How you gonna plant some shit if you don't plant it in the right fucking place? Think about it. I'm gonna get some watermelon seeds, but I'm gonna plant it in the wrong shit. That motherfucker gonna not grow. And if it do grow, it's gonna grow fucked up. So the first part of being a father and mother is planting the seed in the right person. Or allowing the seed to be planted, the right seed to be planted in you. But whatever. Keep doing y'all single mothers. Keep trying to steal all the glory and power because you mad because you picked the wrong guy. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be mad. But what you really should be doing is taking all accountability and trying to learn how to not let this happen again. And trying to pass this down to the younger girls, your daughters, or your little cousins or whatever, the females, whatever. So they don't do it. But y'all not doing that. Y'all hiding what happened with you and acting like it's no problem. Therefore, guess who's next in line to do what you did? But then again, some of y'all, that's what you want. That's what some older women want. They don't want the younger women to do what's better. They want, it's kind of like the men. They be hating on the younger men. They want the younger men to fuck up like they did. They don't want to try to help the younger men dodge what they did. Yeah, young blood, get all the pussy you can. Instead of, nah, young blood, I understand you want to get a lot of pussy and shit, man, but focus on that school, becoming a quarterback or something first. Then you can have any girl you want, bro. That's the truth. That's the right way to go. Most men don't want to do that because they fucked up their life, so they see the younger people, oh, nah, I don't want them to do better than me, or I want them to fuck up their life too. And that's how a lot of females are, I feel. You know what I mean? That's why they be hiding shit from the other younger generation of girls and letting them just fall by the sword, man. It's sad. It really is. It really is, man. That's why men as leaders, we have no choice but to make sure we're in our daughters' lives. When you have daughters, sons too, of course you want to be in your son's life too. But, you know, as men, we can't point the finger at these women, how they raising these kids and how they think it's okay to be single mothers and shit. You know, we got to be leaders, and it starts with us first. We're the foundation. So we got to make sure we're in these daughters' lives, you know. And I'm not telling women that if you happen to be a single mother and he don't want to do his part, I'm not saying that you can't be okay with it. You're going to have to be okay with it. You're going to have to make the best you can make out of that situation. But all I'm saying is stop trying to take the glory from fathers on Father's Day. What's the point? Why have Father's Day if you're going to make it about women? Why? Might as well have Mother's Day too. Might as well. It's sickening. I don't care what anybody say. That shit is wrong, man. Because you want it to be about you on Mother's Day. What if men started doing that shit? It's not cool. Cannot tell me that there aren't men in your life that you can dedicate this day to. Y'all know you have some great men in your life. But nah, that's not what they do. They want to steal all the glory. Because they fucked up. So they want to be worshipped more than the women who done the right thing. It just doesn't make sense to me. If anything, I'm clapping for the women who done the right thing. I salute the women who do the right thing. Because I feel like women know who's the right guy and who's the wrong guy. You know what I mean? You can't tell me no different. I understand that people can be deceitful, but I feel like a woman's intuition lets her know who's the right one, who's not. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I just feel like the women who do the right thing deserve more of a standing ovation, in my opinion. I do salute women who do the right thing when the man don't want to do his part. Even if she did have a kid by the wrong guy, I still salute them too. But I'm not saluting them on Father's Day because I don't salute the women who pick the right guys. Come on, man. It is what it is, man.